Okay, so for question 3, obviously it's a increasing function type of question, right? Okay, so determine the values of x, right, for which the graph y equal to ln something, right, is decreasing. So every time we see decreasing, of course, we need to use dy dx less than 0. Okay, so first thing, before I do any differentiation, I must apply the laws of logarithm first. So meaning, if you see divide, right here, you can actually change it to minus. So means you'll get ln 5 plus 3x bracket minus away ln 3x minus 1. So in this way, it's easier to differentiate. So of course, you just need to differentiate the two terms that you see right here. So you differentiate the first term. So how do I differentiate? Very simple. First, you draw a line first. Then after that, whatever you see here, 5 plus 3x, right, you copy. So the top part, you just differentiate 5 plus 3x, you'll get 3. Okay, the next part will be 3x minus 1. Same thing, you copy right here. Then the top part, differentiate 3x minus 1. So you should get something like this. Okay, the next will be, how do I actually get the values of x, right, for which this thing is decreasing? Okay, very simple. Every time you see two fractions on the left hand side, right, the first thing that comes to mind will be making the same denominator. Means that you look at the very first fraction, right? So this thing, you multiply by 3x minus 1. So multiply by 3x minus 1. So maybe I just write here first. Okay, so the first fraction, right? 3 bracket 3x minus 1 over, so there's a 5 plus 3x, 3x minus 1. Okay, the second fraction, right? You multiply by 5 plus 3x. Then this part also, 5 plus 3x, 3x minus 1. So this whole thing will be less than 0. Okay, after that, you combine them together. Means that you get something like this. 5 plus 3x, 3x minus 1. Okay, then the top part, right, I do a mental one. So 9x minus 3 minus 15 minus 9x. So this whole thing, right, will be less than 0. Okay, so of course, 9x minus 9x gone already. So what is left is your minus 3 minus 15. So you will be left with minus 18 over 5 plus 3x. 3x minus 1 bracket less than 0. Okay, so I want the whole thing right here, right, to be less than 0, meaning that it must be a negative number. So looking at the top part, or the numerator, right, this one is the negative number. Means that the bottom part, this thing must be a positive number. So because why? Because negative divided by positive will give you negative. So means that this, whatever 5 plus 3x, right, then this one is 3x minus 1. This thing must be positive. Cannot be negative. So must be positive. So I set this to be more than 0. Okay, the next thing is I expand first. Then after that, I will factorize. So I expand to show you something. So expand. So what I'll get is 15x minus 5 plus 9x squared minus 3x more than 0. So I rearrange a bit. 9x squared plus 12x minus 5 will be more than 0. Okay, obviously, you can see that it's a 9x squared. So it's a positive 9x squared. So what I want to do now is to draw a happy face. So obviously, you can see that actually it's a topic that we learned before, back in the days of Sec 3, right? So this thing. So I can only draw happy face provided that the coefficient of x squared is positive. So that's why I expand to double check whether is it positive or not. Okay, so next part will be I solve for x. So meaning that, for example, right, okay, if you look at this first bracket, right, so I solve for x. So means that I will get 3x equal to minus 5. X will become negative 5 over 3. So I put here minus 5 over 3. So the second one, if I solve for the second bracket, 3x equal to positive 1. 1x is equal to 1/3. So this will be 1 over 3. Okay, so the next thing is actually to form the inequality. Because you want more than 0. More than 0 means you want this part, and this part. So means that your inequality will be x more than 1/3 or x less than negative 5 over 3. So that is how we actually solve this question.